So I know there's some folks who are still logging in as I see the numbers continuing up, but I think we're going to start our program today. Thank you, Jamie Langdon, who many of you know and interact with, for organizing today's event, along with the rest of our PitE staff. Who definitely deserve many rounds of applause for continuing to be sort of the behind the scenes presence that is sort of fundamental to PitE's existence. And so I know many of you, for students in particularly, work a great deal with Jamie and Chris as well. And so I'd like to start by just giving our advisors in particular a round of virtual applause as we end this semester. So for those of you who do not know me, I'm Hayley Miller. I am the Director of Program in the Environment. And today we're here to honor you all in our annual Honors and Awards event. And so this really is a time to celebrate and really just take a step back and really acknowledge all that you have done over the past 4 years, and in particular everything that you've done over the past year, which has been tough. I mean, I think that's just, we can all just acknowledge that it's been a tough year, but you've done incredible and amazing things in that year and in that time. And so hopefully there's been lots of great moments and great silver linings, as well as, I know, some struggles and that sort of thing. But today we're here to really acknowledge and celebrate all that you have done. I will point out that we will have the commencement ceremony for PitE and C's tomorrow at 2 p.m. If you want to sign in to C's YouTube channel at 2 p.m. And so that's School for Environment and Sustainability. If you go to YouTube, you should be able to find it. There's also been some links and flyers that have been sent out along the way. So be sure to check out that event. We have a wonderful undergraduate speaker and of course various other activities and speakers as well. And so we'll move on today to start talking about our overall awards and recognizing some of our students and faculty who really provide outstanding education and service to our students. And so I think first up, we're going to recognize our 7 graduating honors students. And so these are students who have spent a good bit of intensive time working on their honors thesis. So a year and a half of undergraduate study, doing data collection, researching, and working with a faculty member to produce a really high quality honors thesis. And so those individuals will be starting presentations at 11 a.m. today. And so the schedule has been put out ahead of time, but it is this Zoom link. So you can feel free to just log back in to see your cohort and see some of the great work they've produced. And so as far as the folks who are in the honors program, we have Madeline Bacalor, who is advised by Phil Denieri, Senna Katnachi, who is advised by
While Shelley is away, I just wanted to let everybody on the call know that we will be recording this event and also the Honor Symposium so that we can share that with more people later. So just to kind of, there were some questions in the chat about that. And Shelley is muted, which she knows.
So I do apologize for the interruption, the canine interruption. And so moving on with our honors students, we have Hannah Kirikosi, who is advised by Umladi Atunbi, Cole Lawrence, who is advised by Paul Seelback, Mac Mahachik, who is advised by Nate Sanders, Annika Merston, advised by Sarah Soderstrom, Abba Panda, who is advised by Bob Pillsbury, Shane Lashawa, and Jason Talent. So congratulations to all of the honor students, and we look forward to seeing your presentations later this morning. All right, and so next up, I'd like to recognize students who received a PitE Scholarship or Award this year. Our first award is the Sophomore Award, the Carrie A. and Janine Bukai Memorial Scholarship. And now these awards are made annually to female students at PitE who demonstrate interest in the maintenance of environmental quality and who have the most outstanding academic record after 3 semesters of full-time enrollment at the University of Michigan. So certainly a high honor to be among the best of your peers. And so this award goes to Whitney Flickinger, Amaya Hall, and Ina Humphreys. Congratulations to all 3 of you. And our next award is the Junior Award, the Psi Sigma Pi Junior Undergraduate Award. And this award recognizes the junior undergraduate students who has attained the highest scholastic average. And so again, a great accomplishment to be the highest overall GPA of the juniors. And so this award goes to both Jesse Williams and Sahil Tolia. Congratulations to both of you. And our senior awards, our first award goes to Hannah Kurakozy, who received the Lyle E. Crane Undergraduate Award. And this award is awarded to a student who has shown particular excellence in the study of natural resource policy and management. A certificate is given in recognition of both academic achievement and professional promise. So congratulations to Hannah. Our next award is Bridget Pulaski, who received the Peter and Carolyn Mertz Undergraduate Fellowship. And so this is a monetary award that's given to an undergraduate who, in the words of the sponsor, emulates the spirit of John Muir, expresses joie de vivre, and has a serious frame of mind that is never devoid of a sense of humor. So congratulations, Bridget, for this recognition. All right, and so next, I'd like to recognize our outstanding PitE Student Award winners. And so each year we recognize 2 graduating majors and minors who demonstrate high academic achievement, made outstanding contributions to the environmental community on campus, and demonstrate leadership in extracurricular activities. And so this year's outstanding major award winners are Becca Harley and Peyton Wetter. Congratulations to both of you. And next up, I'd like to recognize this year's Outstanding Minor Award, which goes to Argan Wegrin Jones and Courtney Bagnall. And so we are going to be moving to the part of our presentation where we recognize some outstanding instruction. And so I know there's wonderful faculty who teach in this program, as well as fantastic graduate student instructors. And hopefully many of you who have had the opportunity to interact with some of them, or many of them. But unfortunately, we can only recognize 1 GSI as well as 1 faculty member each year. And so this year's outstanding PitE graduate student instructor is Jason Hawes. And so he teaches Environ 207, Sustainability and Society, along with Josh Newell. And so this award really is a GSI who demonstrates excellence in teaching and provides undergraduate with exceptional learning experiences. And so we pulled some quotes from students. And so just as far as some quotes and getting a sense of Jake, who, for those of you who haven't actually had the opportunity to interact with him, Jake really went above and beyond for us, more than any other GSI I've had. He was understanding and really gave his all to the class. The discussion was taught well and was organized. He answered our doubts quickly and effectively, even outside discussion, with the utilization of Slack. Discussion was fun and informative, and really enjoyed every aspect of it, from timing, pacing, and covered topics. Thank you. And so I think that gives a sense of the dedication to the overall class. And so thank you so much for your contributions in this matter. And then, so next up, I would like to recognize this year's outstanding PitE instructor, which goes to Dr. Bill Curry. And so this award recognizes excellence in teaching undergraduate students. It's awarded to one instructor annually who demonstrates commitment to teaching by using innovative and creative teaching methods, and whose students think critically about the subject matter and continue to explore subject matter beyond the classroom. And so I will say this is a course that Bill developed, I guess 3 years ago from scratch, really thinking through the case method. He teaches Environment 305, which is one of our interdisciplinary topic seminars, and it's titled Sustainability Issues in the Great Lakes Region. And he gave a lot of thought to how this course should fit together to both highlight the wide variety of environmental challenges that the Great Lakes faces in a case-based and engaging manner. And so Bill's course was mentioned multiple times on our senior exit survey as being very influential and an enjoyable course for students to take. On measures of teaching effectiveness in a student's evaluations, Bill scores a perfect 5 across the board, which is just phenomenal and is really an indicator of the overall quality of the course and the extent to which students enjoy taking it. And so some experts from student feedback include Professor Curry is an excellent professor. I always felt he genuinely cared about his students, and he was incredibly understanding toward the difficulties of the semester. Assignments helped me engage with course material without being overly difficult and stressful, and having guest speakers for every case study, and even just the case study format kept the class varied and interesting. Definitely one of my favorite courses this semester, and of all other classes, handled the online format by far the best. Another quote includes, Professor Curry is definitely one of my all-time favorite professors. He was knowledgeable but friendly and created a comfortable classroom on Zoom environment. Professor Curry listened to what we had to say and provided responses to every question and comment. Overall, Professor Curry is an excellent instructor, and this course was fantastic. So Bill did have a conflict this morning. I think he's dueling Zoom, so he cannot speak, but he has asked the following to be read to express his appreciation for acknowledgement of this award. Thank you so much to the PitE program and to the students for this award. It really means more than I can say. The PitE students have been a tremendous inspiration and are so much fun and so rewarding to teach. Also, thank you to PitE Director Shelley Miller, who listened to the idea for my class, Sustainability Issues in the Great Lakes Region, years ago and encouraged me to develop it. I look forward to teaching this for many more years. Thank you, Bill, so much for your work and providing such a great and engaging class for our students. So thank you to Bill. I'd like to move to our feature of today's presentation, which is our alumni speaker, Hayley Hanway. And so each year we try to invite a PitE alum to welcome the graduating class into the alumni network. This year we were lucky enough to connect with Hayley Hanway, who is currently working here at U of M in the College of Engineering as a science communicator, where she gets to tell really cool stories about all kinds of science, including conservation, to the public. Hayley graduated from the program in the environment with a minor in creative writing in 2013. At Michigan, she was a PitE peer advisor, studied abroad with the Oxford UK Climate Change Program, and was very involved with basement arts. Before heading to grad school, she worked as a horticulturist for the Binder Park Zoo, hanging out with snow leopards, giraffes, and red pandas. Hayley went on to attend Duke University's Nicholas School for the Environment to earn her Master's of Environmental Management. And while she was there, she took a science communication class as part of her graduate program and realized that was really her passion and her future path. And so we're lucky to have her back at U of M. And with that, I'd like to welcome this year's PitE alumni speaker, Hayley Hanway.
Thank you so much for that, Shelley. That was a wonderful introduction. And thank you all so much for having me. I know this isn't exactly how we planned to celebrate today or how most of us would want to, but it doesn't make it any less significant. So I congratulate all of you on these incredible achievements. And it's so wonderful to kind of hear the incredible work that's coming out of PitE now. I encourage you in the next couple of days, if you haven't already, to sort of, look back at your time here at Michigan, and remember the relationships that you cultivated more than anything else. The faculty and the peers who challenged you and helped you grow as a person, and whom you challenged and helped grow in return. And of course, the incredible staff of C's and PitE, who've always been there to support you. And a special shout out to Jamie Langdon, without whom I don't think I nor most of C's would probably ever have graduated. I hope you take some time to just kind of reflect on your own gratitude for your personal networks, whether they're friends or family that have kind of always been there to help support you along the way. But more than anything else, really take some time to celebrate your own achievements. This is, remarkable, and wonderful showcase of your own commitment and hard work and passion. And I commend you for being some of the best and the brightest that U of M and certainly PitE has to offer, which is a very high bar as it is. And I encourage you and thank you for inspiring all of us. And I hope you continue to do that sort of moving forward into your next phase of your lives. When I was asked to give this talk, I was thinking a lot about some of the messages that really resonated with me when I was at your stage, and the ones that have come to be even more important as I've gotten older and more apparent. So when I graduated from U of M in 2013, our speaker that year was Dick Costolo, who was the founder and CEO of Twitter. And he had this amazing speech where he talked about, don't script your life. It's great to have goals and it's great to have drive, but not if it means that you're ignoring or missing all the incredible, surprising opportunities that kind of pop up along the way that you didn't even know to look for. We're all environment people. We've all had those hikes, right, where you're out in the woods and all of a sudden there's this like random trail that comes out of nowhere and it wasn't on the map, or maybe you were lost. And mostly the latter one, if it was me. And, we all know that sometimes those are the trails that lead you to the most rewarding and exciting destinations. So, just be open to exploring new opportunities and remember that there's no one way to serve your passion. I think sometimes we get a little, focused on a little tunnel vision on like, oh, it has to be this job. It has to be this type of organization. And the truth is that there are many, many different ways that you can make a difference and serve the things that you care about that may surprise you along the way. So just be open to the kind of new opportunities that pop up. And I also emphasize the fact that there are a lot of opportunities that pop up along the way as a way to remind you that not all of the best opportunities happen right at the start. And the reason I say that is I think it's important to remember that it's completely okay if you do not have it figured out right now. I think I remember, there being a lot of pressure at this point in time of like, well, if you're at this prestigious university and you get this great degree, you should have your whole career figured out and lined up right away. And you're going to go off and do all these amazing things. And the truth is that for like 99.9% of people, like no one's got it figured out. It did not come together quickly or easily in any way. And you spend a lot of your 20s just kind of bumbling around trying to figure out what the heck you're doing. And so it's okay if you don't feel like you're ready to go right at the start. That's pretty normal. That was true for me. I didn't have it figured out. When I graduated from Michigan, my first job was working as a fragrance associate at Macy's, which was an interesting job considering I have like no sense of smell. So I was probably the worst perfume salesman in the history of time. And I really apologize if you ever bought anything from me, because, for all I know, I gave you like a bottle of Lysol because I can't tell the difference. So, I spent a lot of time feeling kind of like a failure and that my life wasn't going the way I wanted to go. But the truth is that a couple months after that, I ended up getting my dream job at the time. So just stay patient. It'll happen. You'll be okay. It'll work itself out. Just because it doesn't happen immediately doesn't mean it's not going to happen. You're going to get there. Just stay the course and keep going. So yeah, I got my dream job. And then I spent about 3 years working in ecosystem management because I was convinced that that's what I wanted to do. And it was the only way to do it. And about 3 years in, I realized that actually this job wasn't as fulfilling as I was expecting, or at least not, it wasn't in the ways that I was expecting to love it in this kind of work. And so there I was suddenly as a 25-year-old being like, oh my gosh, I have to start all over. I have no idea what I'm going to do or how I'm going to make this work. And that's pretty normal too. So don't feel like there's like a deadline or a timeline on figuring out what you want to do. And I kind of decided at that point that I was like, well, probably like management in like some sort of conservation org would be better. So that's why I went to get to my master's degree, because I thought, well, you need a master's degree to do that. And it was when I was there that I discovered that I could actually combine all my passions and love for arts, and that they could actually intersect with science in the field of science communication. So it took me, till my like late 20s before I actually figured out even what field or how I wanted to make my impact. So just stay patient, stay the course, and you'll be fine, and stay, open to these kinds of opportunities. Now, I know the other thing that people always tell you when you're trying to like stay the course is don't let the rejection get you down, which is a really important part. And, I know that's a really hard thing to do. For me, I had multiple times where, I was dead set on an internship. I was dead set on a specific job that I had to have. And I thought when I didn't get them, I was like, that's it. I'll never be able to break into the industry. I have no more opportunities in life. I'm going to have to, take my worst possible option and be miserable forever and ever and ever. And the truth is that every single time I got rejected, a couple of months later, I would get an even better opportunity offered to me that was so much better for what I wanted to do and suited me better. And I had no idea it was coming up. So if you ever have a moment like that where, you do get dejected, whether, you don't get the opportunity or the promotion you wanted, or, you even get fired, which sometimes that happens, just keep the faith that something better is coming around the bend. So just keep going. You're going to be okay. But the truth is, I am not worried about any of you, because if there has ever been a class in history that has shown your ability, your resilience, and adaptability in the face of incredible adversity, it is you. You are going to be completely okay. And moving forward, you're going to hear a lot of speeches about how this is, a time in history with unprecedented challenges. And there's never been more an important time for you to go out and do your work, because you have to literally save the world. So no pressure. But just know that, yes, it is true, and that we are facing overwhelming challenges. And we all know this, right? If anything, this year has just put exclamation points on the fact that we continue to face incredible challenges. And there are a lot of solutions that are very far away. But it's also shown us that there are an incredible active groups of people who are truly deeply committed to making the world a better place. And I know that you're a part of that group. I know, because even though you may not know every fact and have every skill that you need for your future endeavors, the number one thing that defines a University of Michigan grad, and a PitE graduate in particular, is the fact that you have passion and you are compassionate. You are here because you care about the world and the people in it. And I implore you just to never lose that. The world can have a way of sort of pushing you towards cynicism, feeling like you want to kind of give up, and this defeatist attitude. And I urge you to resist that temptation. Whenever you start to feel dejected, I just ask you to remember the passion that you felt when you were a student here, and let that passion inspire and empower you to keep trying and to keep working and to keep helping one another and to keep caring. Because as long as you do that, you're never going to fail to have a positive impact on the world, whatever you choose to do or however you choose to live in the world. And that's the true Michigan difference. So congratulations again, everybody, and go blue.
Thank you so much, Hayley. That was a wonderful speech, and I hope it resonates with all of our graduates, because I think, all of the points you're making about sort of, not necessarily knowing what path is going to be around the bend and taking it as things come, and understanding rejection and all of those things are just so much of a part of figuring out the path and figuring out just where everybody is. And so I think that's a really great call as far as, spurring us on our way of this graduation weekend. And I'll echo all of those words to the PitE grads is, the path ahead might be winding, and you might not necessarily always know what's ahead, and it might not always be exactly what you expect or want, but have a great time on that trail, even when it starts raining. So, and most importantly, keep us updated on your path. We want to keep in touch with you over the years. We want to see where you grow and where you change and what paths you take, and what, times you have to double back and try something different, and find the thing that works most for you, even if it's completely different from where you started out. So by all means, please keep in touch with us. Make sure that you're on our alumni networks and that sort of thing, so we can tap you as an alumni speaker in a few years, and you'll be able to bring back your words of wisdom back to that cohort of graduating class. And so with that, we're going to end this portion of our morning, but there is plenty more to come. So our actual honors awards presentations, where our honors students will be presenting about 20 minutes each on their work with time for Q&A, will begin on this Zoom call at 11 o'clock. So please be sure to re-log in at 11 just to be able to see some really phenomenal work from your graduating cohort. But I will end with that by again thanking you all for just being you, I guess, and also but being sure to say absolutely congratulations, graduates, and go blue.